all nations need to make major cuts to fossil fuel emissions and transition to a low-carbon economy, to reduce global temperatures to 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels. 5 ways that nations can become more resilient in the face of climate change. First is early warning systems. Research shows that a 24-hour warning of an oncoming heatwave or storm can reduce the subsequent damage by 30%. Early warning systems that provide climate forecasts are one of the most cost-effective adaptation measures. In Bangladesh, for example, even as climate change becomes more severe, the number of deaths from cyclones has fallen by 100-fold over the past 40 years, due mainly to improved early warnings. But today, 1/3 of the global population is still not adequately covered by early warning systems. Second way is ecosystem restoration. The UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, launched by the UN Environment Programme and partners in 2021, triggered a global movement to restore the world's ecosystems. This global restoration effort will not only absorb carbon but also increase ecosystem services to defend the world from its most devastating impacts. In cities, restoring urban forests cools the air and reduces heat waves. On coasts, mangrove forests provide natural sea defenses from storm surges by reducing the height and strength of the sea waves. Moreover, protecting mangroves is 1,000 times less expensive per kilometer than building seawalls. Third way is climate-resilient infrastructure. Climate-resilient infrastructure refers to assets and systems such as roads, bridges, and power lines that can withstand shocks from extreme climate impacts. Infrastructure is responsible for 88% of the forecasted costs of adapting to climate change. A World Bank report finds that climate-resilient infrastructure investments in low- and middle-income countries could produce roughly $4.2 trillion in total benefits. More resilient infrastructure assets pay for themselves as their life cycle is extended and their services are more reliable. Fourth is water supplies and security. By 2030, 1 in 2 people are expected to face severe water shortages. Investing in more efficient irrigation will be crucial, as agriculture accounts for 70% of all global freshwater withdrawals. In urban centers, roughly 120 billion cubic meters of water could be saved globally by 2030 by reducing leaks. Governments are being encouraged to develop holistic water management plans, known as integrated water resource management. Fifth and last way is long-term planning. Climate adaptation solutions are more effective if integrated into long-term strategies and policies. National adaptation plans are a crucial governance mechanism for countries to plan for the future and strategically prioritize adaptation needs. A key part of these plans is to examine climate scenarios decades into the future and combine these with vulnerability assessments for different sectors. Around 70 countries have developed a national adaptation plan, but this number is growing rapidly.